During the past several nights, the spirit of one long dead has made its presence known to a few people within Collinwood. Now, as the great house is engulfed by a raging storm, this strange alien spirit is about to give another mysterious warning to young David Collins.
Aunt Elizabeth said that everything was all right. But I can't shake the feeling that something is terribly wrong. I wish the storm would stop. I don't like it. It's knocked the lights out again. But it wasn't the storm before. And it's not the storm now that's causing the darkness. That chill is back. And he's come back. Whoever he is, he's come back.
Who are you? Who are you? I've got to know.
David, what's wrong? What's happening?
Didn't you see him? Out there in the hall, there's a man hanging there.
I don't see anything, even with the lights on.
It was there just a second ago. Whenever the lightning flashed, I saw the figure of a man hanging there. I didn't imagine it, Bruno. I didn't.
I believe you. I just hope everything's gonna be okay now.
What are you doing here, anyway?
Well, Jeb sent me.
Why didn't he come himself?
He had someone very important to see after your Aunt Elizabeth told him about the book burning. So he sent me to talk to you and to protect you. David, he's very concerned about you. Now, the incident happened last night, if I'm right.
Yes, that's right.
Now, can you tell me anything about it?
Well, I was just sitting right here, and I was reading the book. Then all of a sudden, the room got a strange chill over it, and the lights went out. It felt kind of like there was somebody in here with me.
Did you see anyone?
No. All of a sudden, the book flew right out of my hands, and it caught on fire. I can't understand it. Neither could Aunt Elizabeth. We were both pretty scared.
Well, we're gonna try and figure this out right now, David.
How?
I don't know. The only thing that's obvious is that someone from beyond the grave is trying to contact you. Our first job is to find out who and why.
Why is it so obvious that it's somebody that's dead?
Because only the spirits of those that we've killed would dare to harm us this way.
It's almost time, Sabrina. Shall we get ready?
I'm ready now. I'm just not sure I'm willing anymore.
Already made the appointment for 6:30.
What good will it do me to change my appearance? It won't change anything else between me and Chris.
Now listen. You've come a long way in a very short time. When I first met you, you could barely even speak.
My being able to speak hasn't helped very much.
I believe it has. And I think it can only help matters if Chris can see you looking the way you did when you were engaged to him.
It might have just the opposite effect. If he sees me now as I was then, it might drive him crazy.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. There's something very unpredictable, something I don't understand about him.
Oh, I know his moods very well.
But they're more than just moods, Carol. Inwardly, he's very disturbed about something.
Do you know what it is?
No. No, I don't.
Excuse me.
Oh, good evening, Bruno. Do you know Sabrina Stewart?
Yes, I've already had the pleasure. How are you, Sabrina?
Fine, thank you.
I'm sorry to interrupt like this, but I was upstairs with David.
David.
Yes, Jeb showed him some photographs a few days ago, and he expressed some interest in them. So Jeb asked me to bring them over. I was going to leave immediately, but then David began to entertain me with stories of the family, the house. I was wondering, is there a family history or something that I could take a look at?
Oh, yes, there's one in the study. I'll get it for you.
Thank you. I wasn't aware that you knew any of the Collinses.
I haven't known them very long. Carolyn's been very helpful to me.
Well, I'm glad we have this opportunity to be alone.
Why?
Well, when I saw you here, I couldn't help wondering if you knew that there's going to be a full moon tomorrow night. Oh, I see you now.
No, I hadn't even thought about it.
Don't you think you should?
I'll make it a point to stay indoors.
A very wise decision. I mean, if you were to have another unfortunate experience like the last one, I might not be there to rescue you. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you.
Thank you.
This edition covers the family history back to the 17th century.
Thank you. Sabrina, it was a great pleasure seeing you again.
Shall we go?
Carolyn, how much do you know about that man?
Very little, except his name and that he's a friend of Jeb's. Why?
He makes me feel uncomfortable. He seems like the kind of person who can't be trusted.
Yes, I felt the same way about him when I first met him, but now that I've seen him a few times, I'm convinced he's completely harmless. And we'd better go or we'll be late.
What part are you reading about now?
The, Joshua Collins family, late 18th century. How accurate is this book, David?
I don't know. It's the official family history.
But not necessarily the truthful one. If any of your ancestors had been involved with us, it might not be mentioned in this book.
Why do you think it's one of my ancestors?
Well, who else could it be?
Well, it could be anyone. Anyone that stayed in this house or worked here in the past.
Then it wouldn't be mentioned in this book. Look, it's time I got back to Jeb. I'm gonna stop downstairs and ask her not to keep an eye on you tonight, David.
That's okay. I'll be all right.
Good night.
Good night, Bruno.
What happened to the lights?
That's exactly the way it happened yesterday. The lights went out and... Bruno! What's the matter? What's happening?
Something's got me by the throat and choking me. Out.
Bruno! Bruno, what are you doing? Bruno, are you all right? What's happening, Bruno? Bruno.
Yes, and it's an old one. It's all covered with mildew. It's been sitting in some basement for years.
Well, how'd it get in here and on your neck?
I don't know. Someone or something put it there. I swear I felt your cold hands on the fruit. Whoever it was trying to kill me.
Well, are you gonna be all right now?
Yes. Yeah, I'll be fine now. I've had scares before tonight. Nothing's gonna happen to me now.
Well, I don't think any of us should stay in here tonight.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I'm gonna go downstairs and get someone to move you.
Don't be nervous, Sabrina. Come on in. Chris isn't here for another 10 minutes. We can wait for him in the drawing room.
I'm afraid he might not even recognize me.
I almost didn't recognize you, Sabrina. You look very beautiful.
Thank you.
Carolyn, could you come upstairs to see David with me?
Why? What's the matter?
Well, he says he's afraid of something. I don't know what happened,
All
if
right,
anything
I'll
at
go
all.
up and see him. Sabrina, I'll just be a few minutes. Would you excuse me?
Of course.
It's just a feeling I have, Carolyn. I'm afraid to sleep here tonight.
David, I wish you could define this feeling.
Well, if I did, you wouldn't believe me.
Try.
Well, I kind of feel like somebody's been in this room. Somebody that none of us can see. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but, well, what harm is it going to do if I sleep somewhere else? At least I'll feel comfortable.
All right, David. I suppose it can't do any harm. We'll put you in another room.
Is that all you're going to say? Just my name?
You're very beautiful.
Then you approve the change.
Yes, very much.
I was afraid you might not want to remember me. The way I once looked.
I'll never forget it. Seeing you this way now, it's almost as though no time had passed at all since we first met and nothing tragic had ever happened to us.
Chris, what's
I
wrong?
almost lost my head, that's what's wrong. Time has passed and tragedy has been our specialty.
Oh, don't talk that way. Not tonight.
Well, why not? It's something we'd best never lose sight of.
I haven't lost sight of it, Chris. And I never will. But it's something we're not going to talk about tonight. Because I want tonight to be very special. Please let it be that. For me. Chris, can we go to the cottage?
What for?
I want to talk to you alone.
Don't you want to wait for Carol?
Oh, I'll call her from the cottage. Please, Chris, it's very important.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, is everything all right with
I
David?
don't think anything really was wrong. He's one of the world's expert attention getters. Where's Sabrina?
Oh, she left just a minute ago. She was with a young man. They seemed very anxious to be alone.
Did you meet Chris Jennings?
Well, as a matter of fact, I didn't. They were going out as I was coming down the stairs, and, well, I don't even think they saw me.
Then the change in her didn't upset him. I'm so glad for that.
Upset him? Why should it upset him?
I don't know. She seemed to think it would. May I offer you a brandy?
Please, thank you. Are they in love?
They were engaged to be married a few years ago. Something went wrong. No one knows what.
Well, they must know.
Yes, but they don't talk about it. Anyway, they've started seeing each other again lately.
Well, you seem to, want this thing to work very badly.
Yes.
You think it will?
I know she wants it to, but Chris is a very strange young man.
Strange? How strange?
Every once in a while, he gets very moody and just disappears for a few days. I guess he just goes off to be by himself for a while.
Surprised I haven't seen him before in town.
Oh, he spends very little time in town. He lives in a cottage on the estate, between here and the old house.
I see. Well, look, I hope they stay as happy as they seem right now. Thank you for the drink. Thank you for letting me look at the family history, but I've got to go. Good night.
Hi, Bruno.
We have to stop.
Why?
Don't you see what we're doing? We're just letting the past repeat itself.
Yes, I know.
We can't let that happen.
We can, and we should. What we shouldn't let happen is anything interfere like it did the last time.
What?
Last time, we were just a few days from being man and wife. And then, quite accidentally, I saw you go through the transformation.
You almost got yourself killed.
Oh, this time, we shouldn't let anything come in the way.
Sabrina, you don't think we should still get married?
We still love each other.
Oh, it's insane. You'd spend your life in constant danger.
Oh, Chris, not constant danger. I understand everything now. I know that we could find a way to live together. And a way to protect me when it happens.
No, we can't even think about it. I don't even want to talk about it.
You mean you don't love me?
Sabrina, it's not a question of love.
Oh, Chris, I know we can find a way to help you. There must be a cure.
If there's a cure, we'll find that first, and then we'll talk about us. Come on, I'll take you to the car.
I'm not going to give up.
Stand still. All right. Turn around. Slowly. Be very careful. This is loaded, and I know how to use it.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I came here to meet you, Mr. Jennings.
How do you know my name?
Oh, I know a lot about you, and I surmise a great deal more.
What do you want with me?
You and I are going to spend a good deal of time together, Mr. Jennings.
I don't get it.
Together. You and I are going to watch the full moon rise.